You get knocked down, you got to get back up, right? Like
Yes,
if
sir.
life doesn't teach you that, then you'll never be successful.
One of the biggest things I'm worried about being a second lieutenant is like, what is it that I don't know right now that I need to be working on so that people don't know?
All right, folks. Ain't heard from this dude in 2.5 years, man. It's a good one. You guys are gonna enjoy this video to the max. My man's going from homeless to commissioning in the United States Army, man. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did. Hit the like and subscribe button. We start to catch fire on YouTube. Keep the algorithm liking us. I'm trying not to do too much craziness. You know they out there killing your boy over there in Romania. I ain't saying his name because they're gonna censor us. But hey, we riding on that, man. We riding on it. Hey, y'all enjoyed this great video. Shout out to Arturo, man. You kick butt, man. Way to persevere, way to come through on the other side. Man, building champions for life. All right, Arturo. So look, bro, it's been almost 2.5 years. You came on the channel. You was living in Guam. You was homeless, right?
Yeah.
And I kind of lit a little fire under you and said, hey, man, at least you in Guam. Get you a tent. You'll be okay, right? Now,
Yes, sir.
I haven't talked to you since then, right? Like
No, no.
you haven't reached out. So walk me back. Talk to me about kind of what happened like during our conversation and after our conversation and what's transpired, and then we'll get into where you going now and just we'll have a conversation. But I want to, I want people to realize, man, that getting out of your situation may be years long. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not gonna be, oh, you do this, you get a house and all this other stuff. Sometimes you got to grind for a couple years to get out of it.
Yes, sir. So, well, where I was at in 2022 when I called you was, well, it was during COVID. I was born and raised in Okinawa, Japan, and I moved to Guam to get an Army ROTC scholarship. My parents saved up enough money for me to pay for 1 year of school, but it was up to me to pay for the rest. And they're like, they just sent me out there. I was on my own. I didn't really know much, but I went through a lot of hurdles. I went through a lot of problems, like just, overcoming my own, I guess, demons or whatever kind of self problems I was giving myself. And also just also learning how to lead others and work with people different than me.
Okay, so
But
what?
in the meantime, I
Give
was
me
really,
give me a couple
yeah.
examples, Arturo, of some of those problems you were having.
So, like with myself, I think like self discipline was really important. Like,
Okay.
I don't know. I think growing up in Okinawa, I had it really easy. I mean, I wasn't really the best, most disciplined student, but when I came here, I knew that I needed to study harder. I needed to train harder to get the job I wanted, and I knew I had to take a bunch of risks. And I wasn't really the type of dude to take a lot of risks, but I took a big risk coming here by myself, and I made it work.
Absolutely, brother. Like, shoot, you gotta take risks, man. Like I jumped out of Silicon, Washington, went to the Naval Academy, never even visited. I don't know how big a risk it was, but I know this: I was not in my comfort zone.
Yes, sir. And I know you mentioned in your videos that you didn't like the way they treated you at the Naval Academy. They gave you a hard time. So I know for me, like, just I've been working better on working with authority and respecting it more. But I've been putting in as much work as I possibly can and overcoming my own self discipline and just working harder. So and it got me. I overcame that homeless obstacle. And
Okay, so let's talk about that. That's because that's kind of the genesis of why we talked the first time. What'd you do about being homeless? Walk me through that.
So I couldn't go back to my home in Japan because of COVID and my passport was expired or whatever. And also I couldn't live in Guam because it was just too expensive. I didn't have a job. And I was just kind of like waiting for my scholarship. I was like, dang, I don't know what to do. So, this semester is about to end and I'm not about to have any money and it's in the middle of COVID. I don't know what to do. So what I ended up just doing was I signed up for a Project Go scholarship. Um, it's where the government pays anybody in ROTC and they send them out to the States to learn the language. And so I was like, dude, I don't know if I really want to learn Arabic, but I don't want to go homeless. So I went over there and learned Arabic.
All right, let's go. Let's go. Find a way to win. I love it, man. So you took that scholarship, you got a little bit of change, they gave you a little bit of per diem and a place to live. Where'd you go to learn
Yeah,
Arabic at?
San Diego.
Okay. All right.
And that's when I called you. I was like, I didn't really have a plan for after that. If the way the program worked was half of it was in person and then the other half was going to be on Zoom. And it's like, well, dang, I didn't prepare well enough for I should have signed up for the full-time one, and I signed up for the one in sunny California. I was like, dang, so, uh, yeah. But after that, after those in-person classes ended, I didn't really have a place to stay then. So, I had to, I had to tough it out and live on some couches, and that really sucked.
Where'd you live on couches at? In Guam or in San Diego?
In Guam.
And then
Well, a little bit a little bit in San Diego until they flew me back to Guam.
and then when you got back to Guam, you were couch surfing. Were you having to go to class on Zoom like in the middle of the night too? Because it was in San Diego?
I wish I had a better story for you, but I actually didn't pass my Arabic. Like, I just wasn't able to keep up with my trying to adjust to my living situation and learning Arabic. I just, I want to get back to learning a foreign language so I can be better, but just, I wasn't at a place at the time to be learning Arabic.
Okay. So listen, man, I'm gonna tell you, man, you get knocked down, you got to get back up, right? Like,
Yes,
if
sir.
life doesn't teach you that, then you'll never be successful. If you're gonna get beat down, you're gonna lose, you're gonna take some L's, you got to get up, man. You got to get up and keep moving. So you ain't make it through Arabic, but you got food paid for. You had a place to stay in the summer, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I know couch surfing is nothing in comparison to being like a Navy SEAL, sir. I know you're all about this. You're a leader for special forces, but like that. But you have a quote where it's like, "Whatever somebody's worst is their worst," and that was definitely my darkest moment in my head, and like it was just really tough for me, like personally. So,
Yeah. I
but I
couch
overcame it.
surf on my way out the Navy. I couch surf for 4 months. I sold my house in December. I was back in Little Creek in February. I couch surfed from February to May, and then I got punched. Right. And what was crazy is I was couch surfing on somebody's couch, and they wouldn't let me sleep in their bed. They were on deployment. They were like, "I don't want you in my bed." So I had to sleep on the couch every night. I didn't care, right? But I'm with you, man. That couch surfing. If you just owned a house and now you sleeping on the couch, nah, bruh. So I'm with you, man. But the good thing is it drove you, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah. Right now, I'm about to graduate, and my plan is I'm getting something called a career starter loan.
Yep.
It's like a loan they give seniors, so I'm just never gonna be relying on people again.
Hey,
I'm
what are
grateful
you doing
for.
with your career starter loan?
I don't have a driver's license, so I'm going back to San Diego, and I'm gonna be couch surfing a little bit over there until I get my driver's license there, and then I'm gonna be flying back to Japan with my family.
Okay, aren't you going to infantry or armory?
My bullet date is like sometime in September.
Okay, so this is what I want you to do. Okay. You're gonna go home for 3 or 4 months, right?
Yes, sir. I'm gonna be studying up for bullet.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you that's a bad plan. That's a bad plan. Okay.
Yes, sir.
What I would recommend, when do you get commissioned?
May 17th.
Okay, this is what I'm gonna recommend to you. All right. I'm gonna recommend you call them and one or two things. Either go to iBullock earlier. You're going to, is it you gotta go to iBullock?
I'm going to Armor Bullock.
Armor Bullock, okay. Try to go to Armor Bullock earlier or ask them for a recruiting job in the States.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and the reason I'm saying that is because going home for 4 months, a lot of times bad things happen.
Yes, sir.
A lot of times bad things happen. I'm just going to say it, Arturo. Like, I've seen it. Cats go home for 4 months. They done graduate. They get a DUI. They go home for 4 months. They get the alcohol-related incident, right? You're going back to Japan, correct?
Yes,
You're going to commission in the United States Army, correct?
that's correct.
There could be some issues there.
I don't think so, but I mean, I'll go by what you're telling me. I'll
I'm
do what
not
you tell
telling
me
you.
to.
I'm just giving you a different way to think about it, Arturo. Right? You
Yes,
done
sir.
climbed Mount Everest already. So I just don't want you to think like I don't recommend going home. I went home. I thought it was gonna be cool, right? Between business school, getting out of the military and go to business school. I lasted one day in my dad's house. I went and lived with my grandmother, but then I was like, I'm out of here. So like I ended up being home for like 6 weeks. I stayed with my grandmother, but I really that's when Priceline was rolling. I could get a hotel room for $25 a night. I was spending like 5 nights out of the week in a hotel room. It's just
I
hard. It's hard to go home.
I'm at a point right now where I definitely have to consider that, but right now I don't have a driver's license. So my main priority is just I do not want to be a second lieutenant and go to my first duty station or bullock without a driver's license.
So
That's
let
what
me
I
ask you
want to
this:
do.
why can't you go to San Diego? You're going to be getting paid O1 pay, right?
No, I don't get paid waiting. Well, the time between now and going to bullock, I won't get paid as a second lieutenant unless I get a recruiter job or something like
Why don't you
that.
go get a recruiter job and just like go to driving school?
Yeah, I think I would have to do that.
You know what I'm saying? Like you got 3 months to learn how to drive. Buy a shit. Don't get a good car. Okay, I'm gonna tell you a
I won't
story.
I won't buy a Hellcat. I won't buy
No,
a
I'm just
Hellcat.
telling you. I got a story for you, Arturo. Okay, young lady, never driven, early 30s. Okay, went out and bought a brand new Honda Accord LX with leather. Couldn't drive. Totaled the car like a month into having a driver's license. Okay, get you
Yes,
a
sir.
good. The first car you get you a good used beater, and when you report to Bullock, Armor Bullock, or you report to your unit, you just tell them, "Look, I've only been driving for 6 months. I'm not crashing no brand new car. When I can learn how to drive, I'll buy a better car. But until then, I'm driving this jalopy in case I crash this and wreck this bad boy. It ain't killing me." Okay,
Yes, sir.
but I would do that, man. That sounds like a lot better plan than going home to Japan.
Yes, sir.
And you could do it pretty easy. Like if you put it in now, you say, "Hey, man, I want to go to recruiting command." All right, what other kind of trials and tribulations, man? Let me ask you this: did I help you out 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago?
Yes, you did. Definitely.
How?
Like I just didn't have any direction. I was just kind of like on my own, and I just ran into your videos, and like I hit you up, and I was like, "This is kind of the problem I'm going through," and you just told me to you just lit the fire, and I went. So I think maybe it wasn't like, of course you weren't like, not that you need to, but like you weren't like holding my hand along the way, but you just told me exactly what I needed to do, and then I just did it, and then I just called you back like 2 years later.
2 years later, winner, chicken dinner, man. All you did was listen, right? Did I give you any bad advice?
No, you didn't.
Okay. So look, man, make sure you stay in contact with me. When you get on stateside, give me a call. Cause dude, we got people everywhere, man. Like I got 13 officers in this bullet class, and I got 5 people coming out of OCS right now. So you ain't gotta be on your own. You know what I'm
Is
saying?
it okay if I bring up my current plan? I know I definitely need to make adjustments, but
Go
my
ahead.
plan was to stay with my family. The Bullock gives out these welcoming packets, and they give out all the reading sources that I should be reading before I go there, but I think they teach it while I'm there. What I'd rather do is, I know your advice is to, be prepared so I don't get my head chopped off.
Yep.
I'd rather just stay with my family and just memorize that and know it like down to my core, like it's in the back of my hand, so that when I get there, I'm a total asset to all my friends when I'm with my team there.
So Turo, here's what I'm gonna say. Okay. I think you putting too much emphasis on knowledge, right? Because I can tell you this. We got a shit ton of dudes in bullet, right?
Yep.
Number one thing is your ability to brief. Con ops, and then be able to brief. Okay. Number 2 is leadership. Number 3 is like your tactical proficiency on missions, right? Like your ability to lead missions, adjust and stuff like that, right? I guarantee you the Army's all
Yes.
the same. So Armored Bullock is going to be the same, right? Now you got a piece of equipment that you got to know, a tank, an M1 Abram, or whatever else you're driving, right? But I would say this, in my opinion, going to do that or getting stationed over there at Benning for 4 months, man, you'll learn more at Benning in 4 months than you could ever imagine learning on your own reading books.
Yes, sir.
Because like, what's the reading list? Give me what you got the reading list right there.
Yes, I do. I'll have to. My camera's gonna turn off if I read it, but I can go.
Okay, no, you're fine. Give me like, what's a book? Are they books like Army books?
It's not. It's not books. It's manuals.
It's
It's like the
FAMs.
Army tank platoon manual, and like
Okay, yep.
yes,
So let me ask you this: if you went to Benning and you work during the day recruiting and some other stuff and got paid, you don't think you'd have enough time to study at night for them books?
I think I could. I
I'm
would
just
have enough
asking
time.
because here's what I'm gonna say. Do I really believe that you're gonna go home and study 12 hours a day or 8 hours a day?
Yes.
You're gonna go home and study 8 hours a day and learn everything, memorize every one of those books.
That's the deal I made with my dad.
Okay. All right. I mean, it's up to you, brother.
But
I just know this.
I wrote down the notes you gave me, which was briefs, con ops, and executing my plans.
Yeah, you're fine.
And
I mean,
also,
I don't think one is better than
but
the other. I'll say that. I just think, like, I get leery anytime anybody goes home, man. And you're gonna be under your dad's roof again, right?
yes, sir.
Okay. So here's what I'm gonna tell you. Once you leave home, and you've been gone for 3 years now, it's never gonna be the same when you go back in that door. Okay. But he's gonna treat you the same.
Yeah.
But you're not gonna be able to do nothing for 3 months. Like, you're not gonna be able to call up and say, "Hey, I want a recruiting job in June," when your dad's screaming at you, right? When your dad's like, "Hey, man, you ain't holding up your end of the bargain. What are you doing going out at night? Like, what do you mean you're not coming home tomorrow?" You know what I'm saying? Like, all of that stuff. So just keep that in the back of your head when you're trying to, think about what you really want to do for this summer.
Yes, sir.
I just think, like, shit, you go to Benning, man. Man, we don't have anybody in armor. We got an RD dude right now. We got about, I don't know, 35 infantry officers in the last 2 years, the year and a half. But I'll put you in that circle with all of them because it's all the same thing.
Yes, sir. I really appreciate that.
Okay. All right, brother. You got any questions for me?
Um, not at the moment, sir. Wait, I do. Oh wait, sorry. Hold on. No, it's all good.
Hey, you know the number one killer of junior officers?
No,
Alcohol related incident.
I don't drink. I've never drank before,
All
and
good.
I just don't drink.
I got to give him a warning. Got to give him a warning. Okay.
Thank you. I know what you're talking about, though.
Mhm. It's all good.
It's because I know it's one DUI and it's it. So I'm just like, well, I'm just trying to make this money and I'm trying to get the leadership experience. I'm just laser focused on what I'm trying to do.
Absolutely. I appreciate it, man. You
And like,
kicking
I
butt,
don't
brother.
care if I'm going to be near homeless. I don't care if I have to go to school. I don't care if I have to deal with people I don't like. Like, I'll just figure it out. I'll do it. Before I head off, I just want to thank you. When I was in those darkest moments and you put me on the Zoom like 2 years ago, I'm just glad it led me here to graduating college. I had my college paid for. It's free. I'm about to get my job, and it's all working out.
Hell yeah, brother. We
I'm
building
about to
champions for
raise that
life,
poor
man.
dad these next 5 years.
Hey, Arturo, we're just getting started, brother. We're just running down the tracks now. You know what I'm saying? We're just
Yes,
getting
sir.
started. So, like, hold on to your horses because we're just getting rolling, brother.
Yes, sir. Oh, can I put in something else too?
Yeah, go ahead, brother.
Just for anybody watching. Well, the reason why I went to the University of Guam to go to college for ROTC. Many people don't know this, but this is a real secret for anybody listening and they want to become an Army officer. It is literally the cheapest tuition college in the entire nation with an ROTC, and the room to the as opposed to going to a college with $20,000 or $40,000 a semester. I don't know how it is in the States. You can come here for $2,000 to $3,000 a semester, and you can get a $6,000 a semester scholarship, and you can just pocket the money you spent. You know what I mean? Like, you can spend it on your tuition, but since it's room and board, it's a direct deposit. You just get to keep the rest of your money. So
Let's
I don't know. That's
go.
just for anybody.
You
It's a
public,
it's a
hey, everybody's
secret.
gonna be going to Guam now, Arturo. You're gonna have thousands of Americans applying to University of Guam.
I'm so serious. Like, they need to fly over here, and it's a good place to go to school.
Awesome, brother. Hey, if you need anything between now and when you graduate, let me know. Really appreciate the phone call. I'm just glad you checked in because that's success, baby. And you ain't take a lot, man. You just took a little bit of direction, man. I showed you the how and you murdering it. So, all right, brother. We'll stay in contact, man. Keep kicking butt, man. I'm proud of you, man.
Yes, sir. Oh, one more thing. Sorry.
You're fine,
So
brother.
I need to practice my land nav before I go out to Bullock. That's another thing. I'm thinking about buying your course on land nav,
It's
and I really need to
19.
study
It's
up on that. I didn't do too
$19.
well.
Arturo, do you have $19 now to buy the course with?
Yes, I got it.
Buy the course. It's bulletproof. If you have any questions, hit me up. Before it went up online, that's the exact same map and everything that I taught, I don't know, 15 SEALs land nav with and a couple Army dudes. So it's bulletproof. Bulletproof. It just gives you a different way to think about land nav, man. The Army way is kind of, it's hard to land nav that way because you get long points, you lose your count, all that other stuff. This basically makes you invincible out there in the woods. You learn how to navigate the woods like as if you were in New York City, man.
Thank you.
All right, brother. Let me know if you need anything. Do not be shy. If you need something, don't wait 2 years to call and tell me that, you got spot promoted to captain and you murdering it, because I'm going to put you in a group with everybody else, okay?
Roger, sir.
What else is going on? You ain't get a wife while you were there, did you?
No, I didn't. I'm single. I'm single. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't do anything. I don't have social media. Like, I'm totally. The next thing is like deleting the YouTube.
Deleting what?
That's like the last one, but
what are you going to delete?
Deleting my YouTube. Like, that's a distraction.
Ooh, I know that could be catastrophic for you young folks.
That's the hardest one.
That could be catastrophic.
One of the biggest things I'm worried about being a second lieutenant is like, what is it that I don't know right now that I need to be working on so that people don't die? Like, I'm really working. That's my
Arturo,
biggest concern.
Listen, Arturo, there's nothing you can work on that. Okay? When you get to your first unit, your E7, E6 is going to take care of you. I tell everybody, you ain't got to be in charge. You're ultimately responsible, but you need to listen. And the more you listen and the more you ask questions, the more they can help guide you in your leadership. Okay? But, I mean, there ain't nothing you going to do. Like,
I just want to be like, I don't want to like be a second lieutenant where my E7s be like, dang, just another terrible one, like this, or the stereotypes about second lieutenants, like about us being like entitled or lazy or whatever. Like, I just want to make sure this guy knows that I'm serious and like, and I'm going to be coachable. I want to be coachable and I want to listen, and I just want to ask questions and just lead silently from the back. And
yep, you got to stay humble, brother. You got to stay humble, man. Be a good person. Care for your people, right? The big one that I tell all junior officers is don't lie to nobody. Don't, whatever you do not lie to your troops. I don't give a shit how bad it is. The news, you got to tell them, because they already know the truth. The second you lie, you're done. The second you try to stretch the truth or tell them or bend it, like, fuck it. Hey, man, you got to eat a shit sandwich. We got to eat a shit sandwich today. That's all. We're all going to take a bite, get this shit over with. Okay? That's one of the biggest mistakes I see junior officers make. They try to think that they know more than the enlisted dudes do, and it ain't even fucking close. They know 99%, you know 1%. So that's probably that's my biggest advice to you. And then just stay humble, man. Don't be afraid to clean guns, right? Don't be afraid to wash tanks. Don't be afraid to show up on Saturdays. They showing up on Saturdays, you showing up on Saturdays. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're never above nothing. Tuesday, right? You know what I'm saying? When you get in the tank one day and you break out a box of candy bars and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, just little shit. But we'll talk about all that stuff, man. The big thing is have mentorship, right? That's the first thing you got to find is some mentorship. And we'll talk about that. I'm going to give you a couple guys. I got one dude that's in armor that I know really well. I believe he's a colonel now. So he might have, I don't think he made general. But we'll figure it out. We'll get you some mentorship. You got to get your own mentorship, and then we'll roll on fire. But we'll put you in a plan, bro. It's not hard. Not hard at all.
Champions for life.
Absolutely, baby. Hey, man, congratulations. I'm glad you ain't living in a tent. Find a way to win, and you killed it, man. Now we're just getting started. Now we're on the road to greatness. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Oh, about the homeless. No, I'm sorry I keep holding you back. For the homeless advice, anybody who's like a homeless freaking cadet or homeless college student, turn in your at-risk or homeless paperwork to the FAFSA. They'll give you a Pell Grant, and they're going to pay for your college. That's it. That's the last thing.
Let's go with all that great knowledge, brother. Thank you, Arturo.
Roger, sir.